Hello and welcome to your yoga mat. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to get started in a child's pose. So let the knees come to the outer edges of the mat. Big toes traditionally are touching behind you. Hips sink back, arms reach forward, head to the earth. Take a full deep belly breath in. Open mouth, exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale it all out. Let it go. Deep belly breath in. Exhale it out. And then see if you can breathe just through the nose. Allow that breath to nourish the body. Even out the breath by taking a nice slow count of 4 on the inhale and a slow count of 4 on the exhale. Listening to that ocean wave of sound. It takes a lot of courage some days to come to your mat, to take a child's pose, to move through each pose of the practice. And although we usually think of courage as big actions, courage can be found in the everyday, in the mundane little things that we do. And it's good to practice building small moments of courage, building that muscle memory so that when we need the strength for bigger, courageous acts, we can rely upon all of these little instances in which it takes some courage to move from pose to pose, to stay in a pose, or even sometimes to simply stay in child's pose. So take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. On your next inhale, rise up to a tabletop position. Hands are directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Pushing down into the left hand, bring the right hand behind the ear. Inhale, send your gaze up to the right, opening up the chest. Exhale, elbow to forearm. Inhale, lift to the right. Exhale, hinge, elbow to forearm. Inhale and lift. Exhale, hinge. This time, send your right hand through to the left side. Let the skin really spread across the back. There might be a slight bend to that left elbow. Feel the right shoulder lowering toward earth, but we're not coming all the way down into threading the needle. Just stretching out the upper back. Inhale to return to tabletop position and bring that left hand behind the head. Inhale, lift to the left, opening up the heart. Exhale, hinge, elbow to forearm. Inhale and lift. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge. Walk that left hand through to the right side. Feel the skin stretch across the shoulder blades, the upper back. Left hand returns, coming to a tabletop. Inhale for a cow pose, lifting chin, chest, and tailbone to the sky. Exhale to round into cat pose. Return to a neutral spine. Push into the left hand, reach the right arm forward, bicep by the ear. Left leg goes long behind you, hip height. Toes are flexed. Pinky toe in particular points down. Take a deep breath in. Keep a neutral spine. Draw the elbow and knee together underneath you. They likely won't touch. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, draw the elbow and knee in without rounding the back. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale, draw it in. Last one. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale to set it down. Inhale for a cow pose. Exhale, round for cat. Return to neutral, building our core strength in a neutral spine. Root down into the right hand. Reach the left arm forward. Right leg long behind you, hip height. Dial down that hip and the pinky toe. Take a deep breath in for length. Exhale, draw the elbow and knee in underneath you. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, draw in the elbow and knee. Belly button is drawn in as well. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to set it down. We're going to stretch out our feet here a little bit. Tuck the toes under and walk the hands back so that you're sitting back on your heels. You'll feel a little bit of stretch in the feet if you've been walking a little bit more, or maybe wearing different shoes. This can definitely help to stretch out the feet. Walk your hands forward as though you're preparing for another tabletop. Now point the toes. Lift the hips and the knees. Keep the toes pointed. Now you might not be able to straighten your legs all of the way. Maybe you keep some bend into the knees, just stretching out the tops of the feet here. Whew. Lower it down. Tuck the toes under. Walk the hands back and sink back onto the heels. Breathe here. Maybe close the eyes. Walk the hands forward. And we'll come to a regular downward facing dog. Toes stay tucked under. Send the hips high. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale to wave it forward, high plank. Exhale, send it back, down dog. Inhale, wave it forward. Exhale, send it back. Inhale to wave it forward, high plank. Pause here. Feel the skin stretch across the shoulder blades. Gaze is just in front of the hands. Firm legs. Draw the belly in. Shift your face forward. Come to the tops of the toes. Lower all the way down to the belly. Arms reach overhead. Pinkies push down into the earth as the knees lift. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, cactus the arms. Let the elbows hover. The hands lift a little bit higher than the elbows. Reach the hands toward the feet, hovering chest a little bit higher off of the earth, squeezing shoulder blades together. Exhale to lower it down. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Push up to the knees, send it back. Down dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Walk the hands to the feet. We'll take a ragdoll here. Feet are hip distance apart. Palms of the hands to the earth to begin so that your knees are deeply bent. Your gaze right through the legs. And then making a picture frame of the face. Swaying a bit side to side. And letting go. Letting go of any concerns, anything on your to-do list, because that can all wait. Release hands to the earth, toe, heel, feet together. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat back. Hands can be on the shins or on the earth. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale, root down to rise tall, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Close the eyes for Samastitihi, standing at attention. Lift the knees and the thighs, draw the belly in, and then see if you can soften the shoulders. We'll take a cycle of breath here in gratitude for someone or something in your day today. And a cycle of breath in forgiveness of yourself or of another. And a cycle of breath to set an intention for today's practice. Perhaps it is to find small moments of courage. On an inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, high twist to the right. Keep the hips pointed forward. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, high twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale to hinge forward. Walk the hands forward into a high plank. Draw the right knee forward into the chest. Step it back. Left knee draws forward. Step it back. Right knee to right tricep. Step it back. Left knee to left tricep. Send it back. Hips go high. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts hip height. Push the hips back. Let that left heel drop just a little bit. Exhale, draw that right knee forward. Step it forward, low lunge. Release the left knee to the earth. Inhale, arms reach tall. Keep the back toes tucked under. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, high twist to the right. Reach that right hand for the back heel. Nice stretch for the side body. Return to the twist. Inhale, center, arms reach tall. Exhale, hands come to the earth. Lift the back knee. Bring both hands inside the front foot. Now turn your toes to the right. Lounge lizard. Move your left hand towards center. And see if you can release your left hip to the earth. You'll feel a deep stretch in the left side hip, as well as that side body, the psoas muscle here. You might just bring your right hand to the knee. No worries if your hip is not touching the ground. You can always bring a block underneath. You can also bring a block underneath your left hand. Give yourself permission to try different variations. This is a great stretch for those who are out walking or running, just using different muscles. Slowly we'll turn back to center. Step that right foot back, high plank. Send the hips high, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, left leg lifts, hip height. Feel that stretch in the right leg as you really push back into the hips and heel. On the exhale, draw that left knee forward. Step it forward, low lunge. Right knee releases to the earth. Arms sweep to the sky. One more deep breath in for length. Exhale, twist to the left. Back toes are tucked under. We'll reach that left hand for the back heel, or maybe it's to the back thigh. Return to the twist. Inhale to center. Hands come to the earth. Lift the back knee. Both hands inside the front foot. We'll turn the left toes out. Maybe walk that foot a little bit closer to the right leg as well. Right hand towards center. And then that right hip drops to the ground or to a block. Stretching out that right side body, the psoas muscle over here as well as the hip. Slowly turning back to center, tucking the back toes under, stepping it back, high plank. Hips go high, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Walk the feet to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale, rise tall, mountain pose, Tadasana. And we'll take 3 sun A's today. Exhale, hinging forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step it back. High to low plank. Shift that weight forward. Lower just to the height of the elbows. Inhale through, upward dog. Exhale it back, down dog. Know that you can come to your knees for that chaturanga or skip it all together by sending the hips high right away to a down dog. One more deep breath in. Exhale it all out. Inhale to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, root down to rise tall, mountain pose. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step it back, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog, maybe a cobra instead. Exhale it back, down dog. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale, coming to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, right leg lifts high. Exhale, draw the knee forward. Hold it here for 5, 4, push the shoulders up into the sky. 2, 1, step it forward. Spin the back foot flat, rise up warrior 2. Let the lower body really surrender into the pose, but try not to sink into the hips. So push down into the right heel and allow the torso to lift out of the hips. At the same time, the shoulders drop down. One more deep breath in. Exhale, extended side angle, right forearm to thigh. Left fingertips reach overhead, palm faces down, spinning heart to ceiling. Check in. Are you still pushing down with the right heel? Inhale to a 5-pointed star. Toes point out. Gaze goes up. Draw the pelvic floor up, closer to the rib cage. Exhale, bend the knees, goddess. Cactusing the arms here and allowing the knees to open up towards pinky toe side of the foot. Sink a little bit lower for 1 cycle of breath. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, return to warrior 2. Inhale, flip the front palm, reach forward and then up to the sky as you reverse your warrior. Peaceful warrior here, bending into that right knee, letting that front knee stack over the ankle. Exhale, hands come down to the earth, step it back to a high plank. Lower halfway, just to the height of the elbows. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, draw that knee forward. You're here for 5, 4, round the back, 3, 2, 1, stepping it forward, spin the back foot flat, rise up, warrior 2. Let that front heel sink into the earth, and then push into the knife edge of that back foot, seeing if you can center yourself right over your hips. On the exhale, extended side angle, forearm to thigh, right fingertips reach overhead. Bicep is coming toward the ear. Sometimes it takes courage to stay in a pose. If your thigh is speaking back to you, see if you can stick with it. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Gaze goes up, lifting the pelvic floor, and then exhaling into goddess. Maybe bringing index finger to thumb for a nice mudra. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, return to warrior 2. Sink into the pose. Let the front knee track toward pinky toe. On an inhale, flip the front palm, reverse your warrior, knowing that you can gaze up or down. Bend a little bit further into that lunge. Exhale, hands come down to the earth, stepping it back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath in and a slow breath out. So we are going to flow that 1 breath per movement here. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale it to the earth. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extend. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale it to the earth. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extend. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale it to the earth. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale to step it forward. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, extend. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale it to the earth. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Inhale. Let it all out. Walk the feet to the top of the mat. Come onto your backs for some core work. If you have a block, bring it between the knees. If not, just imagine that much space between the knees. I'm going to bring it to the medium height here between the knees. Toes point forward. Goalpost the arms. Take a deep breath in and out. Release the toes to the top of the mat. Draw them back up to 90 degrees. Releasing them down. Drawing legs back up 90 degrees. Push the low back and bum down into the earth. Keep moving through this core work here. Squeezing the knees into the block. Five more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. So that worked our lower abs. Let's work our oblique muscles here. Bring the feet into the sit bones, arms long at your sides. We'll lift the shoulders off of the earth, gaze up, penguins or squirms. Reach right hand for inside of that right ankle, left hand for the inside of the left ankle. Keep alternating side to side. The key here is to tuck the upper abs right underneath the rib cage and push the low back and the upper butt down into the earth. And we're here for 10 more. 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. Release. Send the legs high to the sky. Arms long at your sides. Palms face up. Lift shoulders off of the earth. Flex the feet. Lower the left leg 1 to 2 inches off of the mat. Gazes up at that big toe. See if you can soften the shoulders toward the earth, but keep them lifted off of the earth. Left leg lifts, right leg lowers. You've got this. Right leg lifts, draw the knees into the chest, give yourself a squeeze, lower head to the earth. Some rolling from side to side, massaging the back. Draw the hands under the thighs, rock and roll a few times, and eventually make your way to down dog. Doesn't have to be pretty, we just make our way there. Pedal out your feet a bit, and eventually settle back into this down dog. Let your gaze rest right between your feet. Take a deep breath in, lifting the belly. Exhale, pushing chest a little bit closer to the thighs. On an inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, step it forward. Spin the back foot about 45 degrees. Lift into warrior one. Arms straight to the sky. Right hip draws back a little bit. As you push through the back heel, you'll feel a deeper stretch in that calf muscle. Deep breath in. Exhale, airplane the arms. Hover the torso over that front thigh. Gaze might be about a foot in front of the big toe, squeezing shoulder blades together and then really drawing in that right hip. We'll come forward all the way into airplane pose, straightening that right leg, lifting the back leg to about hip height. Inhale, step it forward, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, goal post the arms, send the gaze up, push the hips forward. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, sink into a chair pose. Big toes are together. Shift weight into the heels. Sink the hips back a little bit further. Try not to let the ankles collapse toward one another. Right hand comes to the hip. Left arm reaches a little bit taller. Find some length in that left rib cage. And then twist to your left, bringing elbow outside the right thigh. Sink the hips further back. Palms come together. Begin to spin that heart toward the palms. Shift weight into that right foot. Keep that hip drawn in. See if you can lift the left heel toward the bum. And then step the left foot back, crescent twist. Back heel is lifted, leg is nice and firm. Inhale, crescent lunge, arms reach straight to the sky. Exhale to airplane the arms. Crown of the head's reaching forward away from the back fingertips. Be curious about how much length can you create. And then lower the left hand to the earth. Right arm reaches high. Low lunge twist. Side plank will be next. Turn your toes to the right so that you're on the knife edge of your left foot. And step the right foot back to stack on top of the left, lifting the hips. Once you're there, your gaze might go up to the top hand. Right hand to the earth, high plank, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts high. Bend the knee and stack the hips here. Open up the side body, opening up the hip. Little stretch for that right quadricep as well. Then decide if you'd like to stay or flip your dog, rotating on the left hand. Start by reaching right hand to the sky. Lift the hips, and then hand goes overhead. Breathing through any anxiety that this pose creates. Hand reaches back up to the sky. Flip it back over. Three-legged downward dog. Exhale to step it forward. Spinning that back foot flat. Rising up. Warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Find a lot of length in the right rib cage. Shift the hips back. Begin to hinge forward. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. So we automatically get length in the left side body here. We want to create length in the right side body. Gaze comes down. Bring that left hand to the hip. Bend the front knee, toe, heel, the back foot in a little bit. Hand can come to the block about a foot in front of you. And then press up into half moon pose. Eventually that left arm will reach back to the sky. And you'll flex the back foot, turning the toe toward the ceiling. Knowing that when you are being stretched in all different directions, like in this pose, you find your breath, you breathe a little bit deeper, and if you fall out, you slowly make your way back into the pose. Top hand to the earth for standing splits. I'm going to move my block off to the side here. Reach the crown of the head toward the earth. Dial down that left hip. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, curtsy squat. Bending the right knee, bringing the left knee behind it. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, curtsy squat. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, curtsy squat. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Straighten that front leg. Bring the block to the outside of that pinky toe. Left hand to the block. Start with the right hand on the hip. Turn the heart off to the side. And then maybe the right arm reaches tall. Revolve triangle. Top hand comes to the earth. Step the left foot forward to meet the right. Take a halfway lift here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise tall, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Standing figure four. We'll cross that right ankle over the left thigh and then sink into a chair pose. So this is meant to open up that hip that we just worked, as well as to strengthen the muscles of that left ankle as you find your balance. Push those hips back, perhaps hinge forward. And those of you who want flying crow here, the arm balance, hands come down to the earth, palms to the earth, fingers spread wide. You'll wrap that right ankle around your left tricep and bring the right knee onto the right tricep. Shift the weight forward, round the back, and lift the back leg. No big deal if you're not ready for that arm balance. You might give it a try today just to see what it feels like. And then we'll all eventually make our way back up to standing, releasing the foot to the earth, reaching tall, and exhale, hinging forward. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, stepping it back, flowing through a vinyasa or heading right to a down dog. And we'll take a few cycles of breath here. My mat always wants to inch over when I'm on carpet. Take a deep breath in and out. One more cycle of breath. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale to step it forward. Spin the back heel down. Warrior one. And sometimes it takes courage to just settle into a pose. to soften the gaze and the shoulders, and to just sit with your breath. Exhale to airplane the arms, squeezing shoulder blades together, deepening that front knee bend. Draw that left hip in, squeeze the glutes, come forward into airplane pose. You might need to dial down that right hip a little bit to square things off. Step the right foot forward to meet the left. Arms reach to the sky. Exhale, goal post the arms, gaze up. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, sink into chair pose. Utkatasana. We sink those hips back. Draw the belly in a little bit. Soften the shoulders by allowing the pinky fingers to curl toward one another. Left hand comes to the hip. Right arm reaches a little taller. Exhale, twist that elbow outside the left thigh. Lift the heart, bring palms together. And here's that challenge pose. Shift weight into the left foot. Feel that hip engage and lift the right heel toward the butt. Then step the right foot to the back of the mat. Crescent twist. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane the arms. Hover torso over the front thigh. Find that length in the spine. Release right hand to the earth. Left arm reaches tall. Low lunge twist. Side plank. Turn those toes. Come to the knife edge of the right foot. And then step that left foot and stack it over the right. No worries if it takes a few little steps to get there. Maybe you're bringing your right knee down for a modification today, and that's good too. Top hand to the earth, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend the knee, stack the hips here. Feeling as though that right heel is reaching toward, or the left heel rather, is reaching toward the right shoulder. Stay or flip your dog. Remember the hand reaches high first. Lift the hips and then send the fingertips forward. Hand to the sky. Flip it back over. Three-legged down dog. Exhale to step it forward. Inhale to rise. Warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Left arm reaches tall. Right hand can come down the back leg. Find the length in the side body. Reach out of the hip. And then begin to hinge forward. So now you're reaching those fingertips forward as far as you can. And then releasing down into triangle pose. Trikonasana. Right hand to the sky. Fingertips reaching straight out of that shoulder. No weight in that left hand. Right hand comes to the hip, gaze to the left foot. Bend the front knee, toe heel the back foot in a little bit. Reach for that block about a foot in front of you, slightly over to the left. And then step into your half moon, flexing that right foot. When you're feeling steady, if you feel steady, reach the right hand high, half moon pose. Top hand to the earth for standing splits. Crown of the head comes to the earth. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, curtsy squat. Inhale to straighten that left leg. Push the hamstring back. Exhale, curtsy squat. Inhale, standing splits. Exhale, curtsy squat. Last one. Inhale, standing splits. Bend the front knee, step the right foot toward the back of the mat. Warrior one type of legs, maybe a little shorter stance though. Straighten the front leg. Block comes outside the pinky toe. Bring the right hand to the block, left hand to the hip. Tabletop back here as you begin to spin your heart open. And then the left arm might reach high. Doesn't have to do what feels right to you today. Hand comes down to the earth. Step the right foot forward. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale to rise tall, mountain pose, Tadasana. Hands come to heart center. And we'll take that standing figure four on the other side. Cross left ankle over right thigh. Feel that knee push back. And then bend the right knee, sinking the hips back, finding strength in the right leg and the hip opening in the left. Maybe you try the balance on this side, or maybe you just hinge forward. Hinging forward will increase that stretch. If you'd like the balance, hands come to the earth. Wrap that right ankle, nice firm grip with the ankle into the right tricep. Bend the elbows. Knee rests on the left tricep, rounding the back. My gaze is about a foot in front of my hands. And then we'll all make our way back to that standing figure four. Release the foot to the earth. Reach tall mountain pose. Exhale, hinge forward. Lift your heels, bend your knees out to the side as you drop your bum toward heels, and then reach the arms forward for a nice stretch in the back and an opening for the hips. Walk the hands closer to the feet. Come on to your bums. And I'm going to use my block for this next little stretch and twist. You don't have to, but if you have a block, just sit right on top of it. And you'll stretch your left leg forward. Right foot comes into the sit bone. Just feel how your hips kind of release down here. Good. We'll wrap our left elbow into the right knee and stretch the right hand behind you. Nice tall spine here. Come back to center. Send that right leg long out in front of you, maybe a little shaking of the knees and a release there. And then draw the sole of the left foot in, knee straight to the sky. Find length in the spine. Imagine a skewer going right through you. And we'll wrap that right elbow around the left knee and send the left arm behind you. Gaze can go over the shoulder. And if sitting on a block doesn't work for you, then just move the block off to the side. Slowly come back to center. Send that leg long. Shake it out a bit. And then move the block off to the side. We'll come onto our backs for a bridge pose. Feet come in toward the sit bones. Arms can start long at your side so you can tuck your shoulders under. And then I like to robot the arms, so just bend the elbows, hands straight up to the sky. Push the low back down. Push down into the feet, balls of the feet as well as the heels, and then lift the hips to the sky. Push down into the head a little bit to tuck the shoulders even more. Keep the arms right here. Maybe you just rest them, the hands on the hips, or if at this point you want to interlace the fingers under the back, perhaps take that pose, that variation. Allow there to be some space between the chin and the chest, even though you're lifting the chest a little bit higher. 4 cycles of breath here. One vertebrae at a time, lower to the earth. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet come together, knees butterfly open. Bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. Feel that cycle of breath. Let the inhale nourish the body. And let the exhale release any worries and fears. Only you know if you need the courage today to allow the knees to open up a little bit deeper, or if you need the courage today to give yourself permission to come out of the pose. Knees come together. Draw the knees into the chest and give yourself a bit of a squeeze. Arms go out to a T, feet to the outer edges of the mat, soles of the feet down on the earth. And we'll allow the knees to release over to the left. So it's here that you can stay, or if you want a deep stretch for that IT band on the right leg, you might bring the heel of your left foot on top of that right lower thigh, just above the knee. Releasing that side, bringing knees back up to center. Lift the hips just to realign. And then allow the knees to float over to the right. Staying here. It's probably a deep enough stretch. Or if you do need a stretch for that IT band, bringing that heel on top of that left knee. Just lightly allowing that foot to pull down on the left leg. Coming back to center. Draw the knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And then we'll take happy baby pose. Knees open wide. Allow the thighs to pull down toward the earth. And then maybe find some movement, a little bit of rocking and rolling side to side. You might straighten one leg and roll all the way so the toe hits the floor, and then take the other side. It's a nice deep stretch for the hamstrings. Knees come into the chest for one more squeeze. Reach for the soles of the feet. Forehead lifts to the knees. And release into Shavasana. Final resting pose. Giving yourself permission to rest. Sometimes it takes great courage to give ourselves the grace to simply be, to exist in however it is that we're feeling, and to breathe through it. The courage to resist the temptation to flee. And so allow your body to sink in here, to soften and to release tension, and to breathe in and breathe out, knowing that that is enough, that you are enough. Move your head from side to side. And eventually, when you're ready, take a full body stretch. Extending the arms overhead, pointing the toes forward as you draw the legs closer together. And then bending the knees and rolling to your right side. Keeping the eyes closed and your attention drawn inward. Make your way to Sukhasana, a cross-legged seated position. Begin with the hands on the knees. And take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling, thumbs to your forehead. May you have the courage to think kind and loving thoughts. Drawing thumbs to the lips. May you have the courage to speak your truth. Thumbs to the heart. May you act in courageous ways that spread love and joy throughout the world. Bowing forward. Namaste.